What's up, everyone? Welcome back to A Line in the Stars. I'm Jordan, and welcome back to the Fanhome 1701-D build. And before we unpackage, we are going to be doing some work on the cobra head, and I just want to stop and admire this for a quick second. It is super cool, all lit up. Now, some of the things that I'm realizing that are going to happen in between packages here. I am likely going to do some work on taking some of these pieces apart and doing some light bleed work. I am seeing a bunch of light bleed right now, and just looking at it underneath the lights, I'm sure it's fine for now, but I think before we get too far on building this section, I think we will do some light bleed work, or I may just move on. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to bring this out and admire it before we open up package number 24. So yeah, turned out really good. I wound up doing a little bit of cable management. Again, taking a look ahead, I was trying to make sure that we're cognizant of it. My cables weren't really routed right so we could pinch them in because we have the neck coming out. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show this. I also used Todd's website over at myenterprised.com. And basically, looked back, and I saw that my blinking lights here were just kind of hanging out and about. And they actually got routed into this spot because this is where the running light comes through. So, yeah, that's just kind of one of those things. So, going forward, as with all of our Fanhome models, I think I'm a little bit ahead of Todd on the Millennium Falcon. He's building it roughly at about the same time. But yeah, basically for the Enterprise build, and I recommend any parts builds that you are doing, and I recommend hitting his website, mypartswork.com, and it will have links to all the different parts builds that he's been doing. They are excellent instructions, and we're going to be using these instructions going forward for every stage of the Enterprise. So let's go ahead and hit our lights. Once again, I just kind of wanted to show that up, but it's pretty freaking cool, man. I just love the progress that has been done so far on this build. So let's go ahead and turn our part off, and then we're going to go ahead and set it aside for the moment while we unpackage, but it is going to be the very first thing that we're working on today. So Stage 24 is kind of a hefty big boy. So let's go ahead and start here at the top. And we'll kind of do a quick description of what we see here before we open up. But looks like we have a reflector, some BM screws, an LED. Our escape pods, which we're going to have to separate from the sprues at this point. I don't have any extras. Windows, I don't have any of the dark windows left, so we're going to have to definitely separate those. I will grab whatever light windows I can out of my little toolkit, so I can spare myself some of that, and I'm just going to try to hold on to as many of the sprues as possible now. I don't want to be separating these things if I can avoid it. We have another dual LED light setup. This is a single LED, this is a dual. It's going to be split between these two panels in this stage. And then the cool parts is this. We have, I think this is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, let me look at the instructions there. If I flip that over, that is going to be the port side. So this is going to be the port side neck piece. And then we have one of our die-cast hull plate sections, which is super cool. It's going to be fitting in right above the section that we put in last week. So let's go ahead and get this thing unpackaged. See where we're at for this week. I'm super excited. And this is one of those long packages. I gotta be careful with these strips, though. My kitten got one of these, and she was basically just chewing on it like a spaghetti. It was awful. Okay, so we have our, I think these are EM screws. Yep, some more of the flat-headed screws. And these ones are the ones that connect the reflector pieces down to the die-cast piece. And then we have our hull panel section, and once again, we'll just go ahead and pop that out. we'll stop and just take a look and admire the piece. It's a really gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I really love the way the feel, the look, the design of the paint. I just love the way everything has turned out here. So, we're going to be setting this aside for the moment. The one that I'm really looking forward to the most right now is... Oh, wow, that's in there. Ooh. Yeah, that's a hefty little piece right here, too. It's much... No, I wouldn't say it's much thicker than the rest of the frame pieces, but it is definitely a big boy. So, it's going to be slotting into the neck basically just like this. So, I believe we have, what is it, 1 and 2? Okay, perfect. So, yeah, there we are for that. We have our dual LED and reflector piece. Get those out there. We have our FM screws, which is one of the newer screw sets that we've been introduced to in this build. We'll get those unpackaged here in a second. We have our light and dark windows. Escape pods. I do have that one weird escape pod too from last time, and I just don't know what to do with it. Probably just toss it. Another reflector piece, our single LED, and our BM screws, and then our trusty little card. I've got a baggie full of these things, and it's just kind of cool, man. I don't know why I like them so much, but there they are. Okay, so here, let's make semblance of all of our parts. The reflectors are looking like it's going to go in... how will they? Well, we'll worry about that when we get to it. I don't want to think about it at the moment. And let's just go ahead and get our stuff set aside. So, let's go ahead and bring in the Cobra head. We're going to be installing here on this side. So, it shows us lining up in these 3 spots right here. So, that's going to be, got the screw hole here, here, and here. Okay. Now, real quick, let's go ahead and get our screws unpackaged so we're ready to go. Now, I was really struggling with, in the last episode with my new screwdriver set, and you know, it's kind of interesting is like the screwdriver that they provided has lost its magnetism. I was able to get some of it back, so I'm just going to go get a magnetizing block. The screwdriver works much better for the Falcon build, which is exactly what I'm looking for. But for this one, we're going to just continue to use our regular screwdriver. It just seems to be perfect for it. And then I might look at more precision screwdrivers later on. I am a little irritated, if I'm being real. So, but it's also easier on the hands, if I'm being real. So, we are going to go ahead and reattach that where it was. We're just going to make sure that all of our wires are tucked out of the way. We're not pinching anything off. And then I believe it says here, yeah, there's going to be, there we go. Yep, there we go. Perfect. So that one is going to sit just like this, and we're going to make sure that that wire is not pinched up against the side. And then we're going to go ahead and grab 3 BM screws. We're going to go one here. I'm going to go front. Once again, we're going to be approaching it like we're torquing. Not twerking, but torquing. There we are. Now, I also found out that I may have done a no-no, and that was by trying to bend the Cobra head to get rid of that light gap. I'm not sure why it was a no-no, but we'll find out. So, there's that. Oops. Okay, so now I'm going to tighten down all the way here. Front. Back. And then middle. Very nice. Alright, that is nice and secure. That's not going anywhere. Okay. So now we are going to... Where does it connect up? Oh. I see why that's a big no-no. So this needs to attach here. And there's that sort of gap. I see. Well, okay. I'm gonna accept how that's gonna wind up going, and I'm going to trust Todd in the process. Because man, oof, let me tell you, that makes me nervous. Okay. I'm sure that there's a mod or something we can introduce later on, and I will mod this ship 100%. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my screw affixed into place. And then, line that up. And screw it down. Okay. But our big gap is somewhat back, actually, but not too bad, actually. I'm not too sad about that. Okay. So that is actually what is being done for the next section here. And we will be coming in the next episode and applying or getting the frame put in here on the other side as well. So, all right. Well, there we go. That's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and move on to building our hull panel section. And let's see here. I'm going to bring this back. And now, let's take a look at our LEDs. Got our battery box. I know we didn't test our lights from last time, so we'll make sure to test that here at the end of the episode. So let's go ahead and take a look. We are going to go ahead. Now, I'll admit, I have scavenged quite a bit. I've scavenged a lot of the... scavenged, when I say I've scavenged some electrical tape. I was able to take off, like when I did the cable management underneath the Cobra head there, I was able to kind of like, you know, just keep the tape that I stole. So there's that. We're going to go ahead and separate out our sprues. And I'm going to separate out our lights and our escape pods real quick. Get them cleaned up, and we'll be back, and I'll see if I do have enough clear windows. We're going to need 4 dark windows and 8 clear windows. I don't think I have 8, but I'm going to use whatever I have left loose, and then I'm going to leave the rest on the sprues. So I will be right back. Alright, I was able to get everything cleaned up, and I was able to get 5 clear windows out of that, so I was able to keep quite a bit on the sprues. And then we have 2 left on the sprues for the escape pods. So let's go ahead and flip our piece over, and let's go ahead and install our windows first. And the reason why dark windows first, and the reason I want to do that is I want to get my tape over the individual windows before we move on to another section. So we have 1 window there. 1 window here in the middle. Now, and 1, and 1. So now, I am going to cut down pieces of tape. And let's see here. How wide are we? Cut it down about that length. Okay. Then cut a little strip. Peel it up. Nope, not enough. Cut a bigger strip. Hey, we're learning. Figuring this out. We're gonna go right over the top. Probably need to go a little bit bigger, but I think that's gonna wind up working out just fine. Actually, do that like that. push down on the window, seal that bad boy in, and then I think this one might actually be almost the perfect length for the two of them. Try measuring first, Jordan, before you try sticking it down. Yeah, that's about right. There we go. Very good. Okay. Let's see how that turned out. Good. Okay. Fantastic. Now, we're going to install our escape pods before we go on to the clear lights, the clear windows. Just going to once again make sure that our red line is facing down towards the bottom of the piece. Go. Let's go ahead and install some of our tape. Have any of that sticking out over the end of the piece. Just gonna kind of push it down into the corner. Once again, I'm dealing with just rando pieces of tape, so okay. Let's take a look at our work. Very nice. Let's go and get our other four on. There we are. Let's get our last couple pieces of tape on. I think I may have just been able to steal just enough tape. This isn't ideal, but it's going to work. Yeah, it was. Not ideal, but we'll take it. Yeah, literally exactly enough tape. Except for those two last little pieces. This was it. Very, very good. Happy with that. Okay. So, let's check our work one more time before we can't flip this piece over for a minute. Very good. All right, our dark windows and our escape pods are put into place. So all of our hull panel sections are going to be approached this way going forward. I'm just going to make sure we have the proper electrical tape. Let's go ahead and get her cinched down. All right, now let's go ahead and just get all of our clear windows put into place. Is that the right window? It's just got a tiny little nub on it. Yeah, it's the right window. Weird. Very strange. Okay. Yeah, I was like, whoa. I wonder if that's from one of the ones that I'd grabbed from my box. Probably. right, so the last window's put in place. Excellent news. Getting so much faster at that. This process is working out so much better than it used to. All right. Get our knife put away. Keep our tweezers out. That's kind of tempting fate there, bruh. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and grab our, what is it, A1 here. And we're going to go ahead and get it slotted into place, just like that. And it kind of like sits on top of these posts really satisfyingly, if I'm being real. Then we're going to take the one with the 2 LEDs. I'm going to go ahead and pull them all the way up. I'm going to go ahead and stick the yellow one in here, and I'm going to stick it in at just such an angle to where I can hear the tab click. Just like that. That was satisfying. Okay. Now we are going to go ahead and secure this using 4 EM screws. Go corner to corner. Don't know why I try to do it like that. Yeah, the screwdriver is still the best for this job. It's funny. Now, uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Let's not do this crap again. We're doing this crap again, aren't we? There we go. Okay, so now tighten up here. And I'm going just so I can feel it like cinch down because we are still going into plastic. I gotta worry about cinching down too hard on 2 pieces of metal. There we are. And there we are. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and get the other reflector panel on, and I'm going to slightly bend this one down and slightly in this way. And I just know that because I've looked ahead in the instructions. We're going to go ahead and slide that one into place. And before we fully cinch it, however, let's go ahead and get our LED kind of put into place there. Very carefully. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to use, once again, 4 EM screws. Going corner to corner and only cinching down on the second pass. Feel that one nice and tightening down there. Very good. Okay. Now I'm just going to come back up, Tighten down just to where you feel it like don't want to move much anymore. And then that's all you give it. No more. You do not want to crack these. Sure, it'll be fine, but you don't want to have broken pieces in your model. So, if I'm being real. Alright, so now, Jordan, we went ahead and dumbed. We're going to go ahead and just lift up these 2 screws here at the end. It'll be totally fine. Because this LED needs to move in here. Down to the very end. I'm like, wait. There we are. All right, so now let's see how our work did. Let's check our work, shall we say? Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and I guarantee you this is going to work really well. So let's go ahead and check our LEDs actually real fast. Let's get our PCB. Oh, yeah. No, there's no light bleed at all there. Okay. Yeah. I am pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Okay. Good. None. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm just admiring it. Very good. Let's go ahead and hit the lights real fast. Very good. Yeah, I'm digging it. There is no light bleed coming through from the darkened windows. Man, I think I know what I'm going to be doing on our streams for the next little while. All right. Okay. All right. Excellent news. So let's go ahead and get our lights back on. Let's go ahead and disconnect and get our piece put into the hole, and then we're going to call it a day. So we're going to go ahead and get our piece put aside. Now we are going to... Oh, Jordan. Dumb. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead now, and we are going to... Yeah, we routed those ones down correctly. So, down into here. So you want to kind of route them down in between the channel here. And then here we're going to bend up just very gently. Like they're designed for this, so don't worry about it. But just gently bend it up here at the 90 down here at the end. So now we're going to go ahead and bring back our saucer section, which I'm super excited about. I always love seeing this thing. Here we are. Very, very good. And now where this piece is going to go in is going to be right here. So I'm going to turn the saucer towards me. And we are now going to route this wire, these 2 wires, through this way. And then this wire is going to come over the top right here. Yeah? So Todd really does a great job of showing you exactly where you need to be routing your wires. So now there are 3 tab pieces. When you're connecting up our pieces that are die cast together, they're going to tab together. So I'm going to click that into place here, here, and here. And then I'm going to flip it over and very gently make sure that my wires are being pulled through properly. I'm not pinching anything through. And is there anything that says... Yeah, nothing really says anything here about that. So what we're going to do is going to go ahead, and I see some wire issues here. All right. So now we got ourselves all lined up real nice, actually. There we go. Okay. So We're almost lined up. Almost. So over here, for whatever reason, having a difficult time getting this piece tabbed in. So I'm going to try to pull there we go. Okay. Now we're going to use 2BM screws. One's going to go here. Sorry, I have to hold this in place. This is important. Okay. Because I'm kind of pushing down here at the top. Nice. Okay. There it goes. It's cinching down now. There we go. Okay. Excellent news. So now, I think that's actually it. Yeah? Yeah. Very nice. Okay. So now we have a couple new wires. We have a couple, let's see here. This one is going to be part of the new bundle. And yeah, really, we just have some new wires to add into this grouping. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and wait to see if we have any more wires before snipping our cable management and getting it all put back together. So let's go ahead and check our work. Oh man, dude, this is super satisfying. Like getting that whole piece on there is just really like doing a great job of like filling in. And it looks like we're going to be building over this way for right now. And so that is stage 24 complete. Oh man, this is pretty awesome. This is great. Now, what this has, however, done is made me think. I'm wondering how I'm going to approach this. I think very carefully over the next couple months on our streams that we do with HTM. I think it's going to be taking our pieces apart, and basically, getting our tape behind there. So I think that that's going to be the proper approach to take for this. I really want no light bleed, and now that we saw that there's none there, thumbs up, aces, we're ready to go. So that's what I got for today, and I just want to say thank you. I know that there was a million things y'all could have done today. Instead, you spent a couple minutes with me watching me build the Enterprise, which I think is pretty damn cool. If you guys have any questions, comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. Oh, and my friends, until we see each other again, I hope you all have a wonderful day in this beautiful world wherever you happen to be. And just remember to always live long and prosper.